Hello. Today you're going to be joining me as I start my collage journal. This is something that I've kind of been putting off for a long time, but I have way too much time on my hands because of, a global pandemic. So I figured now is the best time to start. I'm going to be pretty cooped up for the next little while anyways. So best to do something creative and something that makes me happy instead of allowing myself to panic about the state of the world. So anyways, welcome. Today we're going to be doing something very earth-toned. I wanted to keep this one natural because I live in Canada and it has been cold and wintry for too long, frankly. It's mid-March now, so I'm looking forward to warmer weather, especially when I'll be able to go outside without fear of getting sick. So I figured in the meantime I might as well create some art that really brings out the colors of nature and makes me feel a little closer to the earth herself. We're going to be putting together an aesthetic I call rooted menagerie. I started collaging more seriously over the last year, specifically in 2020. When 2020 started, my coworkers and I got together and we did a really nice vision boarding night that was like collaging. And that was a really good introduction for me. It helped me to realize that I set a lot of intention and I have a better understanding of myself through visuals. So art is super, super useful for me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that, so all the more reason to share. Expressing things can be a little bit difficult. Language is fairly limited, and I'm saying that as an English major. Poetry's really resonated with me as an art form, and I do intend to include some poetry and poetic prose and writing just in general in these collages. I also know the power of visual art and its ability to make people feel connected to others, the connection between the artist and the viewer, and the connection between the artist and themselves as they create the art. This is a really good therapeutic way to get a better understanding of myself. So this is also a time that I think it's really important for us to have a connection to others. And right now that's safest to do through the internet. So yeah, hopefully my sharing this with you, I don't know, maybe it'll resonate in different ways than it resonates with me. If it does, I'd really like to hear in the comments below. I'll probably have a lot of time to read those, and I'm excited to hear what each collage page says to you, like how it speaks to you. I'm really interested in that, so feel free to share below or follow me on Instagram at Ouroboros. Reach out because it's how we're gonna stay alive. Another thing with collaging is it's so free. Like, I highly recommend this. If you're on quarantine too, then I definitely suggest taking time to do some form of visual art. It doesn't necessarily have to be collaging. I just know this art form really works for me. Aesthetics have always had a way of helping me understand my own emotions. I do really, really well with visuals, so this being a collection of visuals, even though it may seem kind of chaotic, helps me to put things in order in my own head. So yeah, this will be a really interesting process, I think, over the next couple of weeks, and I'm excited to see what I learn. When I do feel more practical, I gravitate towards this aesthetic, the dark greens, the beiges, a lot of neutral tones. neutral and earth tones. It's just feeling peaceful and gentle, kind of nurturing. Basically a reflection of nature, because lo and behold, we are part of nature as human beings. So over time, I grew to name this aesthetic for myself Rooted Menagerie. I got into the habit of picking a couple poetic words and pairing them together to capture the essence of each aesthetic that I've created. So I'll be noting those down on each page as I upload them. So Rooted Menagerie is what it means to wake up before the sun rises and dress to match the natural world. It's hikes through forests on an incline, stepping out onto cliffs to overlook the treetops and watch the sun rise from its resting place on the horizon. Rooted Menagerie is what it means to move around your space quietly with a watering can as you nourish your plants. It's touching the newly wet soil as the warmth of the sun traces your face through the window. It's suddenly feeling not so far away from nature. Rooted Menagerie is putting on a pot of green tea and working on something long enough for the water to boil, the tea to steep, and then taking a break to nourish yourself as you did your plants that morning. It's peaceful, it's quiet, and it's modest in its productivity, not needing reassurance, but using its natural desire for growth in order to continue to move forward. I wanted to start with this page because I felt that we could all kind of use that reminder that it's okay to take a break, and the natural course of nature will continue to move forward, and so will you. It's gonna take time. You don't have to rush. Just allow yourself to be for a little while. You don't have to be so hurried right now. This is your time to bond with yourself, especially if you're having to stay cooped up for a little while. Allow yourself some you time. Be practical, set intentions, plan for the future, but don't rush yourself to get there. Enjoy the now. Spring is just around the corner.